You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in the home of the Auburn Tigers. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Auburn Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. Coming out with it, it's Frazier. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. On the ground, it's Etienne. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. The Dogs just shoot them up and spit them out the last time these two men as they destroyed Auburn.
And that's why I think Auburn needs something to happen early in this ballgame. They need some confidence. They need some feel-good because Georgia's dominated this series. They know. They talk about it. Auburn needs something good to happen early.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Still on his feet at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Going for the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. First down for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the offense is trying to attack the middle of the field. They're looking to hit that in route, but really good coverage there by the defense.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grabs it inside the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
Snap it to the back. Oh, there's the ball. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper.
Early down, go to the QB zone read. Nice decision by the QB. Saw the defensive end pinching down, kept the football and showed you his speed, breaking off that long run.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. To the air, it's Barnett. Right down the middle. Working that left side. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, this guy struggled the last time out. He knew he had to get back in the film, get back to the practice field, and work on some things. And I think he did some good work because he's already thrown for more yards in this first quarter than he did his last time out.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he will take it in. Touchdown, They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And the Tigers are stopped, but not before getting the first down. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shook Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football game.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Nifty little dance step. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. And now on third down after that last run. They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were. Because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Cobb. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
On the ground with the counter. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical in it.
Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Burton. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking off. They're going to test the right side with this one. Keeps the legs moving. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it...
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This is a running back who is versatile, and his catching ability really helps this offense out vertically down the field. And you saw it on that play on the wheel route. That wasn't just a screen or a swing. They got him faking going to the flat, turning up the sideline for a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points.
He's loose down the left side. He's at the 40, the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame. They're up 14 over Missouri. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
The play-action fake. Escape. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Poor mechanics by the quarterback lead to that fumble. You've got to keep two hands on the ball. You know those D linemen are trying to swat away at it, and they were able to force that turnover.
And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. A call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. That is just what the doctor ordered for any offense to start a drive, 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. No idea what he could have been thinking. That one, and they stop him at the 7. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
On the run, it's Cobb. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Can't connect on his first throw.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Lofts one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
He's going to run it. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Goes to the option. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. He wants to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Auburn.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting it.
And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the Bulldogs headed quickly to the line. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. He's looking to throw it. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Going for the big play. Snatches it on the run. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. What a cut! Lowers those pads. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Not a chance. Missed it. The idea was